Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Friday Night Smackdown. We are live here in Syracuse, New York, and we are kicking off with the Women's Intercontinental Champion, Rhea Ripley. It came down to Rhea Ripley and Becky Lynch, the last two of the Raw vs. SmackDown matchup, to where we saw eventually Team Raw defeating Team SmackDown. Becky Lynch was the last one to represent Team SmackDown. She was making a comeback. It was a 3-on-1 situation, if I do remember correctly, eliminating two of them, and then ran into Nia Jax, and Nia Jax would go on to defeat good old Becky Lynch to go on to win that Raw vs. SmackDown matchup. Rhea Ripley, though, is kicking off SmackDown here tonight to address Survivor Series, as well as, I would assume, talk about the upcoming Royal Rumble pay-per-view, where it will be in Indianapolis, Indiana, where we're going to have 30 women going at it inside of that Royal Rumble match, looking to main event WrestleMania and go on to win the world title, or even the women's championship, depending on what brand they are. The question is, for Rhea Ripley, does she have a championship match? Does she defend her championship at the Royal Rumble? You know, is she doing double duty? Is she in the Rumble as well as for the defending her Women's Intercontinental Championship? A lot to figure out here tonight, but we would like to say thank you guys so much for tuning in tonight here for Friday Night Smackdown. A lot to get into on this big night, especially trying to figure out who's the 29th member of the Royal Rumble on the men's side of things. As we know, Randy Orton will be the 30th competitor going in to the Royal Rumble this year. We'll see who the 29th competitor for SmackDown will be. Welcome, everyone, to Syracuse, New York, and welcome to Friday Night Smackdown. A lot of stuff going on, ladies and gentlemen, as you could tell. Raw versus SmackDown at Survivor Series, a lot of great action, but there is one thing I want to come out of Survivors talking about, and it is that Raw versus SmackDown matchup. Now, look, there's a lot of great women in that matchup that we had, 4 versus 4. Raw was just better, and Becky Lynch, I have to give credit to her from the SmackDown side of things. She held up her end of the bargain, and she did quite well, and she almost made a comeback and almost won that thing for SmackDown. So Becky Lynch, all I want to say is I love what you did. You almost brought us back, and I'm sorry that I got eliminated early on to not help you out more. I want to apologize to the WWE Universe on failing to stay in that matchup, and I just feel like I let everybody down, and I want to let everyone know that that will not happen again. And I plan on pulling double duty at the Royal Rumble. I want to defend this Women's Intercontinental Championship as well as be in the Women's Royal Rumble match. I have already talked to Nick Aldis. He has told me that I'm confirmed to be in the Royal Rumble matchup, but for the Intercontinental Championship, I got to figure out something, so I got to go back to Nick Aldis and figure out what exactly he has planned for that Women's Intercontinental Championship. There's a lot of big names on this women's roster that I would love to get in this ring, so Nick, if you hear me back there, I hope you're listening quite well and start thinking about some possible contenders for my championship. Well, hold on just 1 second, ladies and gentlemen. It looks like that's the man, Becky Lynch, coming through the Syracuse, New York crowd here tonight. And it looks like she may have something to say to Rhea Ripley about what exactly she just had to say, and especially may even address what happened there at Survivor Series. Rhea Ripley, Women's Intercontinental Champion. Nick Aldis doesn't need to go too much farther, because you are looking at your challenger for the Royal Rumble, Rhea, someone that deserves it, someone that actually stayed in the matchup longer than you did at Survivor Series. So Rhea, you're looking at the last kicker. There's no one else in that locker room that can lace my boots 7 days a week, 24/7. If you're looking to defend that Women's Intercontinental Championship, you are looking right at her, Rhea. The question is, are you man enough, Rhea? Do you have the cojones to accept? What's up with the hostility, Becky? I owned up to my mistake. You think I wanted to be eliminated that early before you? No, I didn't, but it happened, and you worked your ass off in that matchup to almost win that match for us. But you guess what? You lost just as much as I did. So if anyone should be upset, it should be me, as well as for you not being able to finish the damn matchup for me. I'm not the type of person to blame a loss on somebody else, but if you want to blame it on me, I'll throw it right back at you. You couldn't finish the damn matchup. So you know what? You want my Intercontinental Championship so bad, so be it. At Royal Rumble, it will be myself versus Becky Lynch for the Intercontinental Championship. Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Rhea Ripley will be defending her Women's Intercontinental Championship at someone like Rhea Ripley, who is coming out here to... Wait a minute, oh my goodness! Becky Lynch with a steel chair, bringing the fight to Rhea Ripley. Becky Lynch showing a whole different attitude tonight. Becky Lynch was a fan favorite here for quite a long time, and now Becky Lynch, it seems like she wants nothing to do with Rhea Ripley. Rhea Ripley coming out here tonight, taking complete ownership of being that team captain for SmackDown, being the Women's Intercontinental Champion, and not being able to get the job done. But then Becky Lynch comes out here and says it was all her fault. But then back and forth we go here. It seems like there's a lot of tension between both women right here, right now. And now a man's bottom there from Becky Lynch, laying out the competition, taking out Rhea Ripley, and this is only going to get more explosive as we get closer to the Royal Rumble, ladies and gentlemen. Lynch, Ripley for the Women's Intercontinental Championship at the Rumble. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we kick us off here with some high-octane action, as it is a triple threat #1 contenders matchup. The winner will go on to the Royal Rumble and face off with Nikki Cross for the Women's Championship. In this matchup, you're having 3 members of the Kabuki Warriors. You're having Asuka, you're having Io Sky, you're having Kairi Sane, all having a great opportunity to have not only a great matchup between each other because they all know each other so well, but also you're having a matchup to where there's something on the line, and it's become the new #1 contender in getting a championship match live there at the Royal Rumble. Question is, let's say, hey, let's say Asuka beats Io, or Io beats Asuka, or Kairi's, obviously there's so many different outcomes we can have in this matchup. Hopefully between these 3 there won't be any issues with one getting the opportunity over the other. I don't see that happening, but here in WWE, it can happen out of nowhere. But Asuka being a former Women's NXT champion, former SmackDown Women's champion, former Women's World champion. Asuka has done so much here in the series, ladies and gentlemen, and one day, whenever she decides to retire, I guarantee she will be a Hall of Famer here in Universe mode, with just the amount of matches she's had and also in the terms of what she's accomplished in her career. As here comes another member of that group, Kairi Sane. And you could probably say, unfortunately, the least accomplished of all 3, unfortunately, is Kairi Sane. She has that beautiful elbow drop, insane elbow that she loves to connect with from time to time. Can she connect with that tonight to walk out victorious? It's a big opportunity for all 3 of these women to possibly go on to the Royal Rumble match. And tonight, we have a little bit of everything going on, from #1 contenders matches to, obviously, later on tonight, we're going to be figuring out who is the 29th entrant in the Royal Rumble matchup. In that matchup, you have Damien Priest, you have Carmelo Hayes, you have Ilja Dragunov, the European champion, you have Penta. All 4 of those guys have a chance of a lifetime and become the 29th entrant in the Royal Rumble matchup. Also, later on tonight, we have the WWE Tag Team Championships on the line, as it will be American-made Brutus and Julius Creed of American Made defending against the Motor City Machine Guns, who have defeated the American-made tag team champions weeks ago here on SmackDown. Now looking for an opportunity for those tag team championships as well. Is in your main event tonight a big time matchup. Once again, a no-holds-barred matchup. CM Punk versus Bron Breakker. Anything goes. Weapons all over this arena if they really want to. This rivalry, it's just really gotten out of control. You know, started with John Cena, CM Punk, Cody Rhodes, Bron Breakker, and obviously at the Royal Rumble, you're going to have Cody and Cena go at it for the undisputed championship. And then also, right now you're having CM Punk and Bron Breakker continuing to go at it. So, you know, something's got to give between those four eventually down the line. As Io Sky's in the ring, crowd fired up here in Syracuse, New York. Sold out capacity crowd here tonight at Friday Night SmackDown. And for Nikki Cross, wherever her group is hiding or wherever, if it's here in the arena, if it's back home, whatever it may be, I wonder who she would want to defend her championship against. Asuka, Kairi, would it be Io Sky? Which one would you want to pick? I mean, they're all so dangerous. They all bring something different to the table. You got Genius of the Sky, Io Sky, Kairi Sane. She does her own insane elbow. Asuka can do a little bit of everything. She's more technically sound, submission savvy is Asuka. So we'll really have to see where that may take us down the line here. Is now Io tossing Kairi Sane in the corner. Io having eyes behind her head, gonna go right after her. Asuka and drop her right on her neck. Kairi Sane, oh my goodness, going for that springboard. I think it was almost like a leg drop, but she's a little bit too far away to really connect on that against Io Sky. And then this is where Io takes advantage of the matchup, slowing down when she needs to, and coming right after Kairi Sane there. There's now Asuka. Ooh, big exploder back suplex there. Will that be enough? It will not. Just a one count early on here. And like we said, these women know each other very, very well. Expect a lot to go on in this matchup. Big kicks there from Asuka, just trying to keep down Kairi Sane. What a kick to the temple. And look at Asuka rotating around, but as you could tell, Io Sky was already going after Kairi Sane there. Sometimes in the moment you just get fired up, the adrenaline starts flowing, and sometimes you overshoot a superstar. And obviously in a one-on-one matchup, she probably hits that. When it's a triple threat matchup, there's so much going on at once, it's hard to really go after one person at a time. As Zane trying to fight back out of it, she does. Big elbow to the midsection. And now Asuka looking to get extreme here, possibly. Kendo stick gonna get involved. Uh-oh. Oh, goodness, right to the lower back of Kairi Sane. Will that back shot of the kendo stick come back to haunt Kairi Sane in this matchup? As Io Sky looking to go high risk. I don't know why she wouldn't have just taken out Asuka out of the situation. Definitely did not do that, and she will pay with a brutal strike. And now Asuka going to come back in the ring. Kairi Sane, she had some extreme thoughts for a brief second, but she's like, hey, I don't need that right now. And this is where those type of triple threat matches, ladies and gentlemen, is you don't have to use weapons. I mean, you can, use brute force and whatnot, but there's some times where, hey, that weapon will definitely help you out, especially if you're a big underdog in this matchup. And I think Kairi Sane, no offense to her, but she's probably the biggest underdog in this very matchup because she's just not as accomplished as Io Sky and Asuka here in Universe Mode so far. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. It's just getting opportunities. Io Sky's gotten them. Asuka, definitely one of the better superstars of all time here in Universe Mode. Just stuff comes up. There's a big kick out there from Kairi. And now going for a back suplex. That's definitely got to hurt. Starting to bring the big fight here is Io Sky. Io. Oh, goodness. Back suplex right on the kendo stick. That is right on the neck of Kairi Sane. And Asuka looking to pick up the scraps here. 2-on-1 situation, it seems. And now she's dictating the pace of this matchup as a pinfall. Will this be enough? No, just a strong kick out. And now, Kairi Sane has the kendo stick, and down goes Asuka. Now Kairi Sane, now she has maybe the momentum briefly. Let's see if she can capitalize here. Big opportunity for Kairi Sane here. pick up a massive win, probably you could say the biggest win of her whole career here. Oh, goodness, almost a Discord knee. Asuka with a spinning heel kick to the ribs. And Asuka with a hip check takes down Io. Is that enough? 1, 2. No, Io stays in it. Question is for how much longer for Io. Is now Asuka looking to put away Kairi Sane. Here we go. Oh, goodness. Right close to that kendo stick, almost breaking the kendo stick. And now that leaves us to Io Sky and Asuka briefly. Kairi Sane able to get up to her feet here. We'll see how this is going to go. But it's a great night of professional wrestling for you guys. I do apologize for being out of action for a good while. Happens when you kind of have some issues with computers and all that fun stuff. But everything's all situated. Hopefully we will be back to get some high-octane action. Royal Rumble coming up here in a couple of weeks. Coming off the Survivor Series pay-per-view, tremendous night there. Raw and NXT were big. We're going to see what we got going on. We got NXT Deadline in a couple weeks, the night before the Royal Rumble. So there's a lot of great stuff coming our way, and I want to thank you guys so much for continuing that ride with me. As now Io Sky has Asuka right where she wants her. Is she thinking about that avalanche Spanish fly here? Yes, she does. What a Spanish fly from Io Sky. And now Io Sky. Oh, wait a minute. Kairi Sane, is she going to steal one here? One. Oh, nope, I guess not. Nope. Very close. That was the right opportunity, but Io Sky's like, nope. Not going to allow you to steal my victory. Yeah, it's almost like a wasteland type of maneuver there from Io Sky. A little shout out to Wade Barrett. It's now a belly slam of sorts, almost like a bear hug slam of sorts, and a breakup from Asuka. A lot of great things coming our way though for the Royal Rumble, ladies and gentlemen. Big time matches. Obviously, we got the women's Royal Rumble matchup, the men's Royal Rumble matchup. There's a lot of matches that I'm really looking forward to. And obviously, we just got announced that Rock and Roman Reigns are going to go at it once more. Rock is not done with Roman Reigns. We're going to see that matchup live. It looks like we're going to have a Women's Intercontinental Championship match now between Rhea and Becky Lynch. Becky Lynch, it seems like she's turning a different side of herself. Was not expecting that as Io Sky strikes with a kendo stick right to the lower back. We'll see if that's enough to put her away and her to be the new #1 contender, but it is not. Oh, Io Sky, right on the kendo stick here. A little bit of a submission hold here. Will Asuka tap out? Asuka's the one that's normally doing the tapping out, but Kairi Sane breaks it up. And now Kairi Sane, right on the kendo. Is she going to roll her up, or is she going to just roll her around here? Very innovative of sorts, I guess, but maybe she could steal it, but no, just a 1 count. It feels like at times in this matchup, Kairi Sane can be so close to stealing a victory. It just has not been her moment. Roll up, Asuka, gonna roll her up here, but no, just a 1 count. What can these women do to put each other away? A lot of back and forth. Let's see if Kairi Sane can get maybe a big time momentum boost here. Is Kairi Sane with that vintage neck breaker there from Kairi Sane, and now Asuka has the kendo stick briefly taken out of her hand. Kairi Sane is fighting for her life here. Kairi Sane a little bit too quick with the whatever she was trying to do, and she gets hit with a beautiful drop kick there from Asuka, who wasn't able to connect with that maneuver earlier on tonight. Asuka now with an Irish whip here. Big knee right to the ribs, and then a big kick to the side of the skull. Asuka giving away 2-for-1 specials into a code breaker. Big cut to the side of the skull for Kairi Sane. Question is, who does Asuka decide to try to pin or submit here? Kairi Sane? Well, obviously it's not her since she's rolling on the ring. Asuka now going to set her sights here on Io Sky. Maybe going to look to put this matchup away once and for all here, and will look to go to the Royal Rumble. Asuka looking for the Asuka lock. It is applied. Io Sky, can she stay in it? No. Kairi Sane again, man. She has done her best to stay in this match as much as possible. Asuka now, what is she thinking? All the strength and power of Asuka. To be able to do that from the ground up is just absolutely impressive. Kendo stick shot to the head. Io with the hook of the leg. 2. No. Not enough just yet. All three of these women know each other very, very well. Something has to give as Asuka breaks it up. This is any woman's ball game right now. Oh, wait a minute. Asuka trying to steal it with a roll-up here. 1. Oh, no. Referee kind of ending it a little bit quickly there. Oh, wait. Asuka was trying to missed Io Sky. Literally missed. Literally missed. See what I did there? But, as Kairi Sane now with the pinfall after taking out Io Sky here. 2. Oh, 2.5. So close. That was the opportunity Kairi Sane needed. And now we are back to square one. Just continuing to decimate each other, all for the game that we love here, to go on to the Royal Rumble. It is Royal Rumble season, ladies and gentlemen. If you're new to the series, and especially new tonight, this is a big-time matchup. 3 Kabuki Warriors going at it to see who will face off with Nikki Cross live there at the Royal Rumble. And you know that Asuka's getting desperate in this matchup when she starts to try to pull out the mist, ladies and gentlemen. There's now Kairi Sane tossing her in the corner. Asuka from behind with a stiff spear, taking down Kairi Sane. And now Asuka going to look to continue to beat down Kairi Sane. And then just look at that, trying to rip the shoulder out of socket as her arm was right there on the ropes. Asuka gonna look to put away Kairi Sane here. Sane, do not get up to your feet. She does, and she's about to eat her demise here. No, wait, it looks like Io Sky might be breaking it up. Yes, she does. It saves Kairi Sane. I think Kairi Sane taps out there as Asuka rolls out the ring. Io Sky. Oh, she's going to go for the pinfall. Maybe Kairi Sane's all knocked out cold here. 2, 3. Io Sky is going to the Royal Rumble. We will see Io Sky and Nikki Cross. What a phenomenal triple threat match to kick us off here tonight, live here in Syracuse. This was anyone's ball game there. It seemed like Asuka, with her submission holds, it seemed like it was going to be enough at times, but it just was not, due to, Io or Kairi Sane, depending on who wasn't in the submission hold, was able to get back up to their feet and get back in the ring. What a tremendous match between all 3 of these women, just putting on a clinic. A lot of back and forth, what you love to see. It wasn't really one-sided at all. All 3 women had opportunities. It just wasn't the other two's night. As we're gonna see the Spanish Fly real quick. Just look how she hits this dead center pretty much in this ring here. Just to be able to do this, look at this. Bam! Not dead center, but it was closer to the center, I thought. As Io Sky went for the another pinfall in the matchup. Kairi Sane, let's see how close her pinfall was here. 2, 2.5. Just so dang close. And Asuka having to roll out the ring after doing a lot of damage to Kairi Sane. Io Sky picks up the scraps, and it means Io is officially the new #1 contender. Can Io Sky knock off Nikki Cross and become the new women's champion? Next matchup here is a fatal 4-way matchup, ladies and gentlemen, to determine who is going on to become the 29th entrant in the Royal Rumble matchup. Will it be this man, Damien Priest? Bigger opportunity for the big man to get the job done. Obviously, he's been dealing with the Judgment Day. Certainly had a hell of a matchup, to say the least, at Survivor Series. Now, with that over and at Survivor Series, he will set his eyes to this big matchup tonight. Will Damien Priest be able to walk out with a big opportunity and be that 29th entrant, and also be able to be fully rested in that matchup, and obviously walk out victorious and become the Royal Rumble winner this year? Cannot wait to see how that's going to fare, man. There's a lot of great things. These 4 competitors in this matchup very well could lead the next era here in WWE. Damien Priest, obviously he's been in Universe mode for a good while now. I mean, certainly came into Universe mode by himself, eventually would be paired up with the Judgment Day. They would rule for a good while, and then Finn Balor kind of went in a different direction. He got rid of Edge, and obviously after a while, they got rid of Damien Priest and Rhea Ripley months ago, and obviously you got Liv Morgan, you got Raquel Rodriguez, Carlito's no longer here, but you add on the addition of AJ Styles. I mean, certainly you could say that this version of the Judgment Day could be the best looking Judgment Day, and that is saying something. And I mean, certainly we've had all sorts of different guys in the Judgment Day before, that are just not here anymore. But as we move on now to Carmelo Hayes making his way to the ring right there. There is Carmelo Hayes making his way down to the ring. He believes that he is him. He calls himself him. He believes he is the man to lead the generation. He believes he should be the next top superstar. He is the one that WWE should build around. That is what Carmelo Hayes believes. He's fully confident in himself, as he should be, as he is a former NXT champion, former tag team champions with Trick Williams here on SmackDown at one time. So for Carmelo Hayes, a lot of stuff certainly going his way. Certainly would have a better chance of winning the Royal Rumble if he's able to win this matchup. And now here comes Penta, ladies and gentlemen. Zero Miedo. Certainly having Penta here on SmackDown, man. He puts on one heck of a show, to say the least, man. An absolute stud. And obviously, if you've seen plenty of videos seen on TikTok, Facebook, Twitter, whatever you've seen online with those dances that Penta does that people throw in the background, certainly a lot of great things that Penta has. He, not only the love and support of the crowd, but also having just a great move set and everything that people want to see inside of a wrestling ring. This is a fatal 4-way matchup, though, so I mean it's not your typical one-on-one matchup where he can use the crowd to its advantage. A little bit harder to necessarily do that because you got a little bit of everything going on in this matchup. But we still have one more competitor to come out to this ring, and that is your European champion, Ilja Dragunov, the Mad Dragon himself. These are the type of matchups, ladies and gentlemen, a lot of people want to see, especially at the, this is almost like a pay-per-view type of matchup that we're not only seeing tonight, but you could honestly see some of these guys battle it out for a championship down the line. Here comes Ilja Dragunov, your European champion. Been European champion for a little bit now. We'll see if he will be defending his European championship, or maybe he will just be in a Royal Rumble matchup. You never know. Obviously, if he wins tonight, we'll know for sure who is in the Royal Rumble and not. But certainly, there's a total of 30 superstars. The only spot that has really been confirmed so far, obviously for the men's side of things, is the 30th spot, that being Randy Orton. And we're about to figure out who the 29th spot goes to. Who could that be? Obviously one of these 4, big opportunity. And it doesn't mean that those other 3, whoever that happens to be, don't get good spots in this matchup. Carmelo Hayes, let's say he's one of them that doesn't lose, or that loses in this matchup. Hey, maybe he gets the 28th spot, or the 26th spot, or the 20th spot, or usually if you have good chances if you're able to get from 20 to 30 in those 10 spots. I think that's a fantastic spot where you want to be. But I mean, we've seen guys win it earlier than that. I mean, Batista, I believe he was years ago when we did it. I believe it was the 12th or 15th spot. It was less than halfway into the Royal Rumble, and he walked out victorious. So I mean, there's plenty of opportunities for these men and women to do great things. Referee officially ringing the bell. Here we go. Gotta have one winner. It's gonna be unfortunate for all 4 of these men, but that's the way the cookie crumbles here tonight. It's Penta and Damien Priest going at it. Carmelo and Ilja going at it. Certainly, I mean, especially if Ilja is going to defend his European Championship at the Rumble. I mean, any 3 of these guys would be a terrific matchup, I believe. Carmelo Hayes and Ilja Dragunov, that'd be a big matchup. Penta, Ilja Dragunov, Priest, Ilja Dragunov. I mean, I could go down the list of this whole roster and say what exactly this looks like. Because look at these massive kicks from Priest taking it to Penta there. And certainly, I don't know if there's one guy I would maybe particularly say has the advantage in this matchup. I mean, I would say you do not want to allow Damien Priest to, start manhandling the rest of the field in this matchup, or it's going to be a quick matchup. But I mean, Dragunov, he can dish it out as well as withstand damage. I'm not saying Penta and Carmelo Hayes cannot, but Hayes, he's more of a guy that will hit you out of nowhere with the type of maneuver and put you away. Penta, he can systematically take you out throughout the whole matchup. That's Priest with a big elbow right across the face or chest area. There's now Priest going right back after Carmelo Hayes. Look at these big knees right to the midsection. Penta and Ilja Dragunov going to go at it now. Coming up next, ladies and gentlemen, is for the WWE Tag Team Championships. They will be on the line. Really looking forward to that. But before we actually do get to that Tag Team Championship matchup, we are going to welcome one of the newest members to the SmackDown roster, Jordynne Grace, the newest SmackDown signee that will be coming to WWE. She is live tonight, and we are going to be hearing from Jordynne Grace live tonight about what is entailed or in store for this SmackDown roster. Penta now with a pinfall opportunity. Not even a 1 count. Referee a little bit slow with that opportunity. As look at Carmelo Hayes with that springboard clothesline. Take it down. Penta. SDO from Ilja Dragunov. Big time opportunity for all 3 of these men to put on a clinic. Look at Dragunov trying to take it to the big man here. Big time opportunity. Can he pick him up? No. Priest with a tornado DDT. I can't really say there's really a one-size-fit-all type of matchup as a flatliner. And now Priest setting up Ilja Dragunov here. Carmelo Hayes, he's caught. Coming right after Damien Priest. And South of Heaven chokeslam. And now Dragunov with a big counter. Guarantee you Hayes was not expecting that. And now Ilja Dragunov with a brutal powerbomb. Penta all fired up here. Dragunov. Is he thinking, yep, Penta though. Penta looking to steal one over Carmelo Hayes. And big forearm strike. Big forearm strike to Priest. Now, look at Penta trying to go after Dragunov's, man. That's probably not the best idea, if I'm honest with you. And now it's come down to Penta and Ilja Dragunov. Back and forth we go. Big time Uranagi. And and running STO takes down Carmelo Hayes. Pinfall opportunity. Ilja Dragunov getting in the ring. Is that enough? No. Luckily, Dragunov was still in this matchup. Dragunov and Priest trying to go at each other. Carmelo Hayes, that lifeless body at that time, it was a little tough to try to do that. As a code breaker. Code breaker from Hayes. Pinfall opportunity. Priest though right there to break it up as the matchup continues. It's anyone's ball game here. You feel like these moves are starting to connect a little bit harder each and every single time, ladies and gentlemen. Something has to give here. He's wrenching that head in, and good old-fashioned baseball bat in this matchup. Priest looking to be the Babe Ruth of baseball. If you know Damien Priest, he is a New York Yankees fan, and certainly would love for them to be able to knock out the field here. Priest, no, big elbow strike from Dragunov into the big time clothesline. Now another kendo stick. Here's Hayes with a spinning slam, but no, he eats a brutal, and I do mean brutal, kendo stick back shot. Now Penta, what a Death Valley driver maneuver. Pinfall opportunity. Is that enough to put away Dragunov? No. Just a 1 count. The matchup continues. A lot of back and forth. Not one-sided like that the matchup before. That's what you love to see. It's not one-sided. The first matchup was not one-sided. You love what these type of matches bring. It's a little bit of everything. Everything is on the line. They helped each other. There's the flying headbutt out of nowhere. Is Dragunov the 29th. 1, 2. No, Priest kicks out. That was the best opportunity that Dragunov had. It's Carmelo Hayes now playing a little bit of mind games of sorts with Ilja Dragunov. I probably wouldn't be the man. I'd want to do that as a Mexican destroyer from Penta. Absolutely destroying Damien Priest. Now Dragunov with a flying headbutt. The flying headbutt. Is that it? 1. No, Priest right there. Priest right there to save the day. Dragunov connecting with multiple headbutts in this matchup has just not been enough as a tilt-a-whirl body slam takes down Mr. Dragunov. And now Carmelo Hayes. Wait, is he stealing his finisher? Yes, he does. Not like this. Not like this. Stealing his own damn maneuver to try to put away his opponent. I'm not surprised Carmelo Hayes did that, but it would have been a damn shame for this matchup to go. And now, looking for the razor's edge here. Priest looking to put away Penta. Down. Penta goes. Pinfall opportunity for Carmelo Hayes. Breaks it up. And now we're back to square one. Look at those knees are just absolutely brutal. You can tell the intensity is picking up, ladies and gentlemen. All sorts of brutalness going on the line. And now Penta, what is he thinking about doing? Uh-oh, a little bit of a roll up here, but no, Ilja Dragunov right there. Wasn't too sure at first what was going to go on there, but certainly a cradle out of nowhere when you have 4 dudes in the ring. Probably not the best idea as the meeting of the minds of Penta and Priest there. As Dragunov with a big maneuver there. Wait a minute, Penta, is he going to go to the Royal Rumble? He will not. At least he won't be going to the 29th spot, at least at this moment. This is where you got to start fighting outside the ring, or start throwing them outside the ring. As now Dragunov right in between the legs. So these are an innovative way to connect with these suplexes. Oh, he's going for a trifecta. He's looking for 3 of them. Is he going to connect on that steel chair? No, he will not. But highly effective to say the least. As Carmelo Hayes saving briefly Ilja Dragunov, and now Carmelo Hayes. Question is, who does he target here? Seems like he's going after Penta. Surely, why not? Pinfall opportunity is Hayes, the 29th guy. No, he will not. These guys all want this opportunity, and of course they should. But the question is, how are you going to obtain that 29th spot? It's so difficult right now. Is Ilja Dragunov release powerbomb, absolutely brutal. Pinfall opportunity, but no, the matchup continues. Back and forth we go. And hopefully the rest of our matches tonight turn out like the matches we're seeing right now. Oh my goodness. I don't even know what you want to call that from Penta. It was a powerbomb of sorts, but it was very brutal, to say the least. Ilja Dragunov letting Penta get his quick couple seconds in there to maybe steal it. Oh goodness, what a forearm. I think he get his back of his elbow to the back of the head. That's almost a knockout blow of sorts. Now Dragunov off the ropes here. Ooh, nice exploder. Back suplex folding Carmelo Hayes like an accordion here. Priest with a big clothesline as Carmelo Hayes, Ilja Dragunov going at it. Carmelo Hayes looking to get the victory here. We won't see it on screen here. And oh, big kick out. Damien Priest taking out the competition. It's a one-man show in the middle of this ring, ladies and gentlemen. What are we going to see here? Ilja Dragunov or Carmelo Hayes may be that guy. Pinfall opportunity. Oh, look at Carmelo Hayes looking to use his weight on the rope there, but Priest not going to allow that to happen. Oh, goodness. What a kendo stick shot. Breaks it over Ilja and Carmelo Hayes. No, Priest looking for that South of Heaven choke slam, I think. Nope, he's going for that rebound clothesline of sorts. Certainly a hell of a maneuver there. Penta now. Not sure what he wants to do. Sling Blade certainly will help him out here. Penta now. Can he help out his chances here? Can Zero Miedo do it? Carmelo Hayes is down and out. You have Ilja Dragunov down and out. Uh-oh. Oh, no. Zero Miedo. No! Right there to the shoulder. No fear whatsoever for sure. Pinfall opportunity. 2. Ooh, Priest kicks out just before Hayes got in the ring. Man, I don't know who's going to win this matchup, man. You got to be right there at the right place at the right time. We've been so close multiple times. Ilja Dragunov, he wants himself a hit. He hits him with that running headbutt. Surely that has to. He's not going to go for the pinfall. Go for the pinfall, Ilja. That is a perfect opportunity. Go for the pinfall on Ilja Dragunov. Go with the pinfall on Penta. Is what I'm trying to say. Certainly, especially when you don't get much moments in this matchup to put somebody away. Now he decides to do it when all of them are up to their feet, and Carmelo Hayes is able to break it up. Uh-oh, Carmelo Hayes looking for that silencer. Oh no, he's looking almost of a cutter of sorts. Pinfall opportunity by Priest, and Penta break it up at the same time. Oh, wait a minute. Penta going after Priest instead. Bam! Big time maneuver there from Penta. And oh, Penta hits a steel chair shot. Hayes, this might be Carmelo Hayes' moment. He says he don't miss. We're going to see if he misses this opportunity here. Oh, right there, that left knee. Carmelo Hayes right there on the mat. And now you have Penta and Priest down and out. Now Carmelo Hayes is out. Pinfall. 1, 2. Oh, Penta at the very last second saves the day. Holy mackerel, ladies and gentlemen. When we said this is anyone's ball game, it surely is. As he connects with a massive maneuver there. Carmelo Hayes catching Penta just before he decided to fly at Priest. And what a cutter there. Carmelo Hayes, is this enough? 1, 2, 3 it is. Ilja Dragunov not back in time. And, well, what Carmelo Hayes says, he don't miss. He certainly did not miss tonight. Carmelo Hayes is the 29th entrant in the Royal Rumble match. What a matchup, ladies and gentlemen. From top to bottom, this Smackdown show has certainly put on a hectic show. And in terms of, and that's a good thing, this high-octane action, 0 to 100 real quick. A lot of back and forth in this matchup. But ultimately, Carmelo Hayes is your man, and he walks out victorious. And he is going to the Royal Rumble, and he is going on to maybe walking out the winner of the Royal Rumble. We'll never hear the end of it if Carmelo Hayes walks out victorious. We'll see how this goes for Mr. Hayes. But congratulations to Carmelo Hayes. My name is Jordan Grace, and I can't explain how much it feels to finally say this. I've made it. I'm here in WWE. I'm on the main roster. I've been called the Juggernaut. I've been called one of the strongest women in the sport, but titles don't mean much until you prove it in this ring, on this stage. That's why I came to Smackdown. This is where the very best compete. This is where legends are made. I know this women's division here is stacked. Rhea Ripley, Becky Lynch, Asuka, Nikki Cross, and so much more. I respect them all, but I didn't come here to sit in the background. I came here to test myself against every single one of them. I came here to show the WWE Universe exactly who Jordan Grace is. And trust me, once you see me in the ring, you'll understand why they call me the Juggernaut. Well, look who finally decided to show up. Jordan Grace in WWE. You know, I've been watching you for a very long time, and I'll admit, you're impressive, strong, powerful, the whole package. But here's the thing. This isn't just any company. This is WWE. This is Smackdown. And being the Juggernaut out there doesn't automatically make you the star back here. You say you come here to prove yourself. Good. Because I built this division for a very long time. I stepped back. I just returned. I signed a WWE Legends contract. And I'm signed here to SmackDown as well. And women like me has made it to what it is today. So before you start calling yourself the next big thing, maybe you should test yourself against a Bella. Well, congratulations, Nikki, on coming back to WWE. I look forward to seeing what you can accomplish. And one thing I can say, Nikki, is I respect everything that you've done for this business, and I mean that. But if you think I came here just to talk about being the Juggernaut, you got it twisted. I came here to show it. So if you want to test me, I'll be right here waiting. I'll see you around, Nikki. Now it's time, ladies and gentlemen, for the WWE Tag Team Championships to be defended here on Smackdown. The #1 contenders, the Motor City Machine Guns, get their title opportunity tonight here on Smackdown. They defeated American Made a number of weeks ago. Nick Aldis now giving them their championship opportunity. We'll see how American Made deals with one of the better tag teams of all time with the Motor City Machine Guns. Certainly American Made having to deal with the Dudley Boys at Survivor Series, a huge test for American Made. We'll see how they can move on now and head up to Survivor Series, and we'll see if they will walking out of Survivor Series, now walking into the Royal Rumble, if they can even make it that far and become still your WWE Tag Team Champions. Big time opportunity. Motor City Machine Guns, they started off undefeated in their careers and eventually would get a tag team title opportunity there on Monday Night Raw before becoming the tag team champions. They would hold those championships for a little bit of time and then eventually would go on to lose them. As here comes American Maids, Chad Gable, Ivy Nile, Julius Creed, and Brutus Creed. They are your tag team champions. Chad Gable feels like he has been so close to becoming the Intercontinental Champion. He's been so very close. Just has not been able to walk out with that opportunity. Gable believes it's his time. 2025 is his year, and he believes he will be walking out with the championship very, very soon. But right now he's focused on making sure his other members of American Made walk out with the tag team championships. Once again, here tonight, live here in the Syracuse. It has been a tremendous crowd. Carmelo Hayes is your 29th entrant into the Royal Rumble matchup. It will be him and Randy Orton, the final two, at least the last two to come out in the Rumble. Does that mean, one of those two will walk out victorious and become the Royal Rumble winner? Time will tell when we get to the Royal Rumble matchup. Could we see a Chad Gable, any of the Creed brothers? Could we see Ivy Nile on the women's side? Could we see Alex Shelley or even his tag team partner, Chris Sabin, in that very match as well? There's only 30 spots. There's so many talented wrestlers in WWE today. It's very hard to say, oh, hey, so-and-so is going to be in that matchup. We can confirm two guys so far. Obviously these men and women are like, hey, I want to be in the matchup too, but at the end of the day, it is your general managers that will be putting them in that very match for sure.
Introducing the challengers at a combined weight of 420 pounds, Chris Sabin and Alex Shelley, the Motor City Machine Guns. And their opponents at a combined weight of 515 pounds, the WWE Tag Team Champions, Julius Creed and Brutus Creed, American Made.
Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Introductions are done. Charles Robinson holding up those lovely tag team championships. Something has to give, though, in your co-main event of the evening. And it looks like we're going to have Chris Sabin kick us off with Julius Creed here. Charles Robinson has officially rung the bell. We are going to have ourselves a high octane tag team matchup. Oh, so look at Alex Shelley getting involved early on. Oh, look at this. What a moonsault. Didn't fully connect with all of it, but certainly did enough of a job to get what exactly he anticipated to get done at that moment. And look at that maneuver. Nice maneuver there from Chris Sabin. Bringing the fight early on, back and forth. It seems like these guys are willing to put it on early here. Uh-oh, Chris Sabin, is he thinking super kick? Yes, he does. Side of the temple. That is almost like a knockout blow. And now Chris Sabin gonna look to maybe get a tag. Here comes Alex Shelley now. Could we be seeing new tag team champions here very soon here on SmackDown? Uh-oh, look at this. Oh, vicious knee across the face there. Oh, they're not done yet. Ooh, Insiguri into a flatliner type of maneuver. Is that enough to become the new tag team champions? No, just a 1 count. And now Julius gets the tag to his brother. Here comes Brutus. Can the big man of the group get the job done? And no, he gets hit with a brainbuster though. This matchup is breaking down quickly. It's a big springboard cross, or a frog splash. I believe he got most of it. He was the one that was holding his ribs more than actually what Brutus was doing in that situation. So I don't know if who would actually hurt more in that situation. Oh goodness, getting his head bounced up right against his head there. Ivy Nile introducing a kendo stick, but it doesn't turn into being a factor as he got connected with a tornado DDT. And now Alex Shelley looking to continue this beatdown that we are witnessing live here. And now look at Alex Shelley helping out his tag team partner Chris Sabin, continuing to go to work here live here tonight. Sold out venue, as you can see. It's a big time matchup coming your way right now here. But coming up next, we're going to see a big time no holds barred match. Anything goes. Braun Breaker, CM Punk, winner of this matchup, I'm being told, not only beats the snot out of each other in this matchup, but the winner will also be getting a better entrance spot into the Royal Rumble matchup as well. As Ivy Nile taking off that top turnbuckle there, ladies and gentlemen, as Brutus, look at these massive, massive shots right to the face there. Not going to be feeling too good for sure. And now, just again, these brutal maneuvers that we're seeing. Brutus again now looking to decimate the competition, as they would say. It's absolutely brutal strikes. And now again, Brutus going to look to continue it. They took the onslaught early from Alex Shelley and company, and oh my goodness, that is American made to its core, ladies and gentlemen. They are not afraid to decimate their competition. As wait, Chad Gable trying to get involved here. Referee throwing out, I believe, Chad Gable. It's either Gable or Ivy Nile. Brutus looking to go flying here. I think Ivy Nile is the one that's tossed out. Brutus ball to Chris Sabin. Oh no, that's Alex Shelley, pardon me. And now here comes Sabin. Oh, big time maneuver, dropping him right on his head and neck area. And now this is where this matchup gets very, very dangerous here, ladies and gentlemen. Both teams are getting really amped up, and Ivy Nile getting thrown out. Chad Gable, if he wants to make sure they still become the tag team champions, he's going to make sure he does his stuff out of the referee's viewage. And now Chad Gable trying to once again do something. Didn't work out in his favor. Now here we goes to Alex Shelley getting tagged into the ring here. And this is where you get to see some great stuff from the Motor City Machine Guns. They change up the velocity of this matchup very quickly. They turn their opponents inside out very quickly, just with what they can accomplish. And just, of course, when I say that, Brutus was able to somehow get himself back in this match. Here we go, or not Insiguri, more like an Irish whip. Alex Shelley here. Oh, goodness. What a brutal maneuver right in front of American Made. Pinfall opportunity. Will this be enough? It will not. More brutal as we continue to go on here. Irish whip into the corner. Motor City Machine Guns have slowly but surely dominated this matchup. We saw American Made slowly but surely get themselves back in the matchup, but it's back to being Motor City Machine Guns matchup. As back and forth we go now. Brutus trying to get a tag here. I believe he's trying to get to the corner, and he will. We'll tag in Julius. But it won't be much of anything with that tag. Alex Shelley just one step ahead of American Made. Can they become Grand Slam Tag Team Champions here in Universe Mode, in the terms of at least on the main roster wise? Motor City Machine Guns with a big stunner takes down Mr. Julius Creed. And now Brutus in action. He gets hit with a stunner. Down goes Brutus. Giving away 2-for-1 specials here live on SmackDown. These big elbows right to the midsection. Stuns Mr. Julius Creed at the moment. We'll see if Motor City Machine Guns can capitalize here. Uh-oh. Sliced bread number 2. Here we go. Are we going to see new tag team champions? 2. No, Brutus. Right there to save the day. As we're having ourselves a chop off there briefly. American Made it. They got to figure out something quickly. And we do mean quickly. Chad Gable's got to think of something. He's got to lead his boys back to somehow retaining this championship matchup, because Motor City Machine Guns, they are so close, they could literally taste it. This match has gone their way probably 60%, maybe 70% of this matchup. And that's being kind by giving them that much. Belly to belly over the head suplex, dropping him right on his head and back area. Not going to be feeling too good for sure. Oh, look at that from Saban. Ooh, or a big super kick, pardon me, right to the temple. Now Chad Gable's getting himself involved, trying to save those tag team championships any means necessary. And Saban's like, can you just back off? Here we go, Irish whip into the corner now. Motor City Machine Guns, they could be moments away from becoming the tag team champions. Look at this. Oh, goodness, meet up in the middle. And now Saban watches on as Shelley connects with a senton to the outside. Alex Shelley, just a beautiful senton to the outside here. And I honestly don't know what to say here, man. This is certainly one-sided to say the least. It's starting to get in the way of what certainly American Made has wanted as tag team champions. They thought this was going to be the turnaround. You know, certainly they got the face-off with the Dudley Boys at Survivor Series. Now they're defending their tag team championships here tonight. I mean, certainly you would think the trajectory of their careers would start to be going up here, but right now they are struggling. Big knee there to the back of the neck area there. Ooh, big kick to the temple there. And now a belly-to-belly over the head suplex there from Mr. Julius Creed. Just absolutely brutal, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see what Julius wants to do. He's going to toss him back in the ring. Yes, he will. There is no countouts in this matchup. Essentially, everything else rule-wise is still in play. And now, Motor City Machine Gun's going to look to put him away here. Bam! Down goes Julius. Pinfall 1, 2, 3. And just like that, American Made is no longer the tag team champions. That means Motor City Machine Guns, they have won not only the World Tag Team Championships there on Monday Night Raw at one time. Now they are currently your WWE Tag Team Champions. Certainly, certainly in this part of the matchup, we're thinking, okay, Creed brothers, they're gonna turn it around, but Motor City Machine Guns flipped it on their head, brought the fight, and ultimately we see new tag team champions. Chris Sabin, Alex Shelley, they are on top of the SmackDown tag team world. Congratulations to the Motor City Machine Guns. Definitely deserved it. And I can't wait, honestly, to see where they take this division. There's certainly a lot of tag teams on this brand that want to become tag team champions. Let's see where they take it. The dogs are barking here in Syracuse. It is main event time. It is a no-holds-barred matchup, as it is the badass Bron Breakker taking on CM Punk, the best in the world today. Bron Breakker, former undisputed champion. CM Punk, a former champion as well here in the series. Longest reigning NXT champion here in the series. Very well close, up to a year for CM Punk a couple years back. CM Punk has been a former champion as well, like we mentioned here in the series on the main roster. And now, question is now, what is the direction of what CM Punk and John Cena and all this is really going, ladies and gentlemen? Because obviously CM Punk, did what he did. I don't know, sold his soul to The Rock. John Cena did the exact same thing. Kevin Owens did as well. Certainly to get those better opportunities to not wait in line. So what happens after this matchup, certainly between CM Punk and Bron Breakker? What goes next? Because not only is this matchup continuing their feud, but also you're seeing more of, obviously, the stipulation here with Breakker and CM Punk. Winner of this matchup obviously gets a better spot into the Royal Rumble matchup as well. But, this matchup, there's no respect. There's no nothing there. There is nothing but hate right now between these two. As there is CM Punk, the best in the world today. We'll see if he can, like I said, I honestly don't know the direction of where these two are going to go. I mean, Breakker would love to just be able to go back and focus on the Undisputed Championship, trying to get that back from John Cena, who beat him last month for that championship. Or it might have been a little bit longer. But still, having to deal with the likes of, obviously, CM Punk, John Cena, Cody Rhodes getting involved with that, and it's turned out to be a big thing. And then, Punk and Cena teamed up to take on Bron Breakker and Cody Rhodes. And then it just continues to go worse and worse as they all continue to go at each other. But this matchup, no holds barred, anything goes. It is going to be absolutely brutal, I believe. The Syracuse Oranges, they are certainly in for a fight tonight. Best in the world versus the badass Bron Breakker. Certainly both these two would love to win the Royal Rumble, go on to main event WrestleMania. Certainly a thing that CM Punk would love to be able to do. Breakker would love that. Any superstar in WWE would love to be able to do that. But that is thrown out the window right now, because right now they are focused on beating the snot out of each other. Matchup is officially official. Here we go. Nick Aldis is going to be watching this matchup very, very closely. I'm talking about Nick Aldis. After this matchup is officially over, Nick Aldis has an announcement after what occurred recently at the Survivor Series pay-per-view with, obviously, the Great Khali attacking Cody Rhodes. We'll see where that is going to lead us coming up. Obviously, Cena and Cody Rhodes for the Undisputed Championship live at the Royal Rumble, but it seems like, obviously, we're going to get some answers about what happened at Survivor Series and why the Great Khali attacked Cody Rhodes. Big kick to that left knee. Punk coming out with some strikes here as they go back and forth with each other. Irish whip into the corner. Breakker now. Let's see what he can do here to Mr. CM Punk. Oh, goodness. What a clothesline. Stuffing CM Punk like a pig with that strike. Absolutely brutal. And now just going to toss him around like he's nothing. Pinfall opportunity early on in this no-holds-barred matchup. Ooh, very close to it too, but just a one-count matchup will continue. Both men can be very brutal, obviously, in this matchup. Obviously, don't have to worry about anyone else in this matchup. This is just a full-on beatdown that we can see from both sides. And right now, Breakker has been able to slow down CM Punk. It's been pretty one-sided. Of course, as soon as I say that, CM Punk is able to bring down Bron Breakker. Oh, goodness, trying to rip that arm out of socket. Or that shoulder out of socket. And now Punk going to go right after that left knee. That's something you got to be very careful with when you face off with a man like CM Punk. He starts targeting something. He's going to start focusing on it quite a bit. And Punk now starting to get himself fired up. This is where he starts changing up everything. And uh-oh, that could be a key factor in the match. Misses that high-risk maneuver from that rope there, and yes, he does. He gets hit with a brutal lariat, and now Breakker telling Punk to get up to his feet. Uh-oh, Breakker getting all fired up here. Punk is going to be in trouble because he's going to eat a spear out of nowhere. Spear out of nowhere to CM Punk. Is that enough? 2. No, Punk kicks out. And the funny thing about this no-holds-barred match is that they're not even using weapons. They're just using each other so far. They haven't had to use that no-holds-barred stipulation, ladies and gentlemen. Which Nick Aldis was giving them that opportunity to go out here and beat the living snot out of each other. But right now, Breakker's using that spear to really change the trajectory of this matchup. And I'll look at this submission hold almost, I guess I don't know if he's actually going to or no. How the referee was acting, I thought maybe might turn it into a submission, but guess not. CM Punk's got to wake up here very, very quickly right now. He's being taken to the woodshed as he gets tossed halfway across the ring. Breakker now. Now he wants to introduce some weapons, ladies and gentlemen. Uh-oh, good old-fashioned table. This is not going to go well for someone, preferably probably for Punk. But right now, CM Punk here, changing it, and going to connect with a DDT. Very close to that table. Luckily for Breakker, he didn't get DDT'd here. And now an Anaconda Vice. Anaconda Vice right on that unbroken table. That is not going to feel good whatsoever. Could you imagine if Breakker has to tap out? But no, it looks like he will not. He connects with 3 straight knees to the back of the neck. And now Punk off the ropes. Here we go. Breakker. Nice Ensaguri. Or I should say Hurricane Rana. But still, big time moment in this matchup. Breakker looking to drop Punk right on this table here. Punk's got to figure out something quickly, ladies and gentlemen. Something very, very quickly. Just stomping on everything, possibly. Punk maybe just trying to stir up to his feet. Holding that left knee. Breakker don't give a damn. Breakker, that second turnbuckle, misses that kick. Punk now, oh, he was able to block the first part of it, but not that second one. Breakker off the ropes. Here we go. Vicious neck breaker. Punk's got to figure out something quickly, ladies and gentlemen. Uh-oh. Breakker really wants to put him through this table, it seems. Breakker now. Spine buster. Spine buster right through the table. Is that enough? No, it is not. Punk stays in it. Breakker really thought that was going to be enough. But Punk gets up to his, or at least stirs up to the corner. I don't know how much Punk can really sustain this matchup. He's, well, a shovel now. Time to be buried, per se, maybe. And no spear! CM Punk is just too damn slow. Holy mackerel. 1, 2, 3. Bron Breakker has put down CM Punk, and Bron Breakker will get himself a better chance to win the Royal Rumble. He will get himself a higher spot than CM Punk at the Royal Rumble match. Breakker just 2 steps ahead of CM Punk here tonight, just very, very slow. Gets put through a table. Punk would eventually kick out. I don't know what Punk was doing there. and then gets hit with a spear out of nowhere, and just like that, Punk gets put down, and Breaker walks out with a big victory to end the in-ring action here on SmackDown, ladies and gentlemen. But we are going to send it backstage to Nick Aldis so he can address the Great Khali situation here on SmackDown. Right now, currently, I am in the parking lot here at SmackDown, but we're still going over everything just in front of me. Not behind me, but in front of me. We had a big commotion last week, and that was with the Great Khali attacking Cody Rhodes. And we're still looking into everything, the motives of why the Great Khali would do this. But I do have some news on Cody Rhodes. He is not going to be 100%, but he will be back here on SmackDown, and he has requested a match with the Great Khali live next week on SmackDown. Now, I know Cody can be stubborn at times, and I've even told him to stand down and have him recover because he has a big-time championship match live there at the Royal Rumble. But Cody is the type of guy that wants to continue to fight, and he is not the guy to try to step down, especially when situations like this occur. So I have made it official for next week, Cody Rhodes versus the Great Khali, and maybe, just maybe, we will get his quote-unquote answers on why he attacked Cody Rhodes on his return to WWE. Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. We just heard from Nick Aldis, and oh my god, Nick Aldis. Nick Aldis, you might want to get out of the way. As you can tell, there's the security office. No one's there. There's no one to help. There's no one to help Nick Aldis right here. And look, luckily for Nick Aldis, he is getting the hell out of the way. Getting the heck out of there, and do you blame him? But next week, it is going to be the in-ring debut of the Great Khali here in Universe Mode, ladies and gentlemen, as it will be Cody Rhodes versus the Great Khali, one-on-one, live on the next edition of SmackDown.